Hello students, myself Rajesh Kumar Sharma from USAI Gorakhpur. This is my third video for class 12th. As we have already discussed in our previous video about overview of flower. Flower is a modification of shoot and it is important part of sexual reproduction. Flower has four main parts, that is calyx, corolla, stamen or androecium, pistil or gynoecium, of which calyx and corolla is a non-essential part of the flower, while androecium or stamen and pistil or gynoecium is essential part of the flower. Stamen has two parts, that is anther and filament, while gynoecium has three parts, stigma, style and ovary. And stamen is male reproductive part of a flower, while pistil or gynoecium is a female reproductive part of a flower. Let us discuss flower in detail. Flower and its parts. Flower in angiosperms constitute the seat of sexual reproduction, as a result of which it gives rise to encapsulated embryos. Means embryos are present in the flower. In the form of seed. Means seed is a result of sexual reproduction, and in seed embryos are encapsulated, or inside the seed embryos are present, which is the living part of the seed. It has ability to give rise a new plant. In seed, the seed eventually germinate into new plant. A flower consists of specialized reproductive and vegetative appendages. Means a flower contains vegetative as well as reproductive structures or parts. A flower consists of specialized reproductive and vegetative appendages in the form of distinct whorls. Definition means what is flower? A flower may be defined as a highly specialized reductive shoot, as we have already discussed that flower is a modification of shoot. Let us see here, specialized reproductive shoot which is concerned with the sexual reproductive process in angiosperms or a flower is a specialized reproductive suite of angiosperm consisting of a receptacle on which the floral appendages are inserted. Means the floral appendages are attached to a receptacle or thalamus. Parts of a typical flower. As we have already discussed, flower has four main parts, though there are some other parts too. Let us see here. The flower of Tribulus is born at the tip of a specialized stalk called the pedicel, which is developed in axils of a leaf. The tip of pedicel on which the floral parts are attached is slightly enlarged to form torus or thalamus or receptacle. The flower consists of four floral leaves arranged on the thalamus in distinct whorls or rings from the base towards the apex. These are, as we have already discussed, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Androecium is also known as male reproductive part and stamen, while gynoecium is also known as pistil or female reproductive part of a flower. The pedicel. The stalk of a flower is known as pedicel. A flower with a pedicel as in Tribulus. Tribulus is a type of flower. It's called pedicellate, means the flower in which pedicel or stalk is present, that flower is called as pedicellate. If the pedicel is absent, the flower is said to be sessile, means the flower in which pedicel or stalk is absent and the flower directly borne on the stem, that flower is called a sessile one, or stalkless or epistillate. In Tribulus, the pedicel is cylinder, hairy, and 1/2 to 3/4 inch in length. Second, bract and bracteoles. In some plants, flower has bract and bracteoles. A small leafy structure is present at the base of pedicel called the bract. A flower with bract is called bracteate, and the flower without bract is called ebracteate. In some cases, a pair of small green structures also develop above the bracts, and these are called bracteoles. If the bracteoles are present in a flower, then the flower is called as bracteolate flower. If the bracteoles are absent, the flower becomes ebracteolate. Third one, the calyx. As we have already discussed, it is lowermost whorl of the outermost whorl of the flower and is made up of green leafy appendages called sepals. In Tribulus, there are 5 sepals. Each sepal is a small, green, hairy, lanceolate structure. Lanceolate means, if you heard bhala, like arrow, that is tir, but it is lanceolate means bhala like. Lanceolate structures with a length measuring about 1/4 of an inch. The sepals are free. If the sepals are free, then they are said to be polysepalous, and if they are fused, then they are called as gamosepalous. In Tribulus, the estivation is imbricate type. Corolla. This is from the second whorl of flower and it lies next to calyx. Corolla is made up of colored attractive appendages known as petals. In case of Tribulus, the petals are yellow in color, 5 in number, long and ovate in shape. Each petal is made up of limb and short hairy claw. The petals are free, polypetalous, and are arranged in a spreading imbricate estivation. Both calyx and corolla constitute the outermost whorl of the flower and perform the secondary function like protection and attraction. Attraction for what? Attraction for pollination. Means insects are attracted due to colored petals, and if the insects visited the flower, then the pollen grains stick on their body and they help in pollination in flowers or plants. Therefore, these are called accessory whorls or supporting or non-essential part of the flower, non-essential organs. Next, the androecium. It follows the corolla. The androecium constitutes the male reproductive whorl and consists of appendages called stamens. In Tribulus, there are 10, rarely 5 stamens each. Stamen is composed of 3 parts, that is filament, anther and connective. The stamens are free and inserted in a disc. Filaments are long, filiform, with 2 anther lobes attached by the connectives. Here is the stamen. Anther, connective, filament. Next one, gynosium, that is female reproductive part of a flower. This is also known as pistil. This represents the terminal whorl of the flower and constitute its female reproductive part. The gynosium is also known as pistil. It is composed of appendages called carpels. Each carpel consists of three parts, that is bulbous ovary, narrow cylindrical style, and a receptive terminal stigma. The ovary contains ovules within which the eggs develop. In tribulus, there are 5 carpels which are fused so that the gynosium is syncarpous. Syncarpous means carpels are fused, and apocarpous means carpels are free, surrounded by a lobed disc. Covered by bristly hairs. Style is short, stout, and terminates into a lobed stigma. Stigmatic lobes are wider than the style itself. Both the androsium and gynosium are the essential part or essential whorl of a flower, since these perform the reproductive functions. Let us see some figure. Entire flower, sepal, petal, stigma, stamen, style, ovary, and pedicel. Here pedicel, then sepal, then petal, then stamen, then stigma, style, and ovary. Okay. Now alias of a flower. See here. There is thalamus on which all the 4 parts, that is calyx, corolla, and raceme, gynosium, are attached. Thalamus, sepals, and petals. Here stamen, then stigma, style, and ovary. Inside ovary there are carpel or ovules. In these ovules the embryo sac or female gametophyte are present. Sepal, petal, and anther, connective, and filament, stamen, stigma, style, and ovary, and thalamus. TS of ovary, here you can see ovary wall, ovules, and locules. Morphology of floral parts. Let us see here. The arrangement and organization of floral parts differ greatly in various species and plants. Means flower and its organization are different in different plants. Let us see here. Structural peculiarities and complexities are summarized below. Let us see here. Reduction in floral parts. What does it mean? Reduction means deviation. Deviation means change in the four whorls, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. If there is any change, then they come under reduction in the floral parts. Let us see here. If all the four whorls means all the four rings, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, that is calyx, corolla, androecium, stamen, gynoecium, pistil are present in a flower, then the flower is said to be complete flower. Okay? If all the four main whorls in a flower, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium are present in a flower, that flower is called as complete flower or perfect flower. Example, tribulus. The absence of any one means of these four whorls, if any whorl is absent, in that case the flower is said to be incomplete. In absence of any one, whorl renders the flower incomplete or imperfect. Example, amaranthus. And in case of euphorbia, amaranthus, as you know, chaurai, that is amaranthus. Chaurai, that is a herb, and we are used to eat as a sag. Amaranthus and euphorbia. If both androecium and stamens, gynoecium or pistil occurs in a flower, means if in any flower androecium and gynoecium are present, then the flower is termed as bisexual or hermaphrodite. Bisexual or hermaphrodite. If either stamen or pistil are absent, then the flower is called unisexual. Example, cucurbita, maize, papaya. If only stamens are present, then the flower is called staminate. Means in a flower, if only stamens are present, then that flower is said to be staminate or male flower. And where only female flowers are present or pistil is present, then the flower is said to be pistillate or female flower. Plants bearing both staminate and pistillate flower are said to be monoecious. Means male and female flower are separately born on a plant, then that plant is called as monoecious. See, plants bearing both staminate and pistillate flower are said to be monoecious. Don't be confused in hermaphrodite and monoecious. In hermaphrodite or bisexual flower, the male and female reproductive part present in the same flower, and here male flower is separate and female flower is separate, and they are born on the same plant at different branches or same branch. Okay. Example, carnal and cucurbita. When staminate and pistillate flowers occur in different plants of the same species, then it is described as dioecious. Means male flower are born on different plant and female flower born on different plant of same species. Then these are called as dioecious or unisexual plants. When the staminate and pistinate flowers occur in different plants of the same species, then it is described as dioecious. That is example, date palm and cannabis sativa, that is bhang. As you heard, maybe cannabis sativa. If both unisexual and bisexual flowers occur in the same plant, such plants are called polygamous. If in any plant unisexual and bisexual both type of flower are present, then that plant is said to be polygamous. Example, mango. Flowers with clear cut distinction between calyx and corolla are called diclemides या diclemidious. Example means calyx and corolla separate. Example, hibiscus. In a flower, if there is no distinction between calyx and corolla, then these floral whorls are called perianth. And this perianth is present in monocot plants. If there is a single whorl of perianth, then the flower is called monoclemidious. If both calyx and corolla are absent and if the flowers are represented by stamen and pistils only, in that case it is described as aclemidious. Okay. Next topic, that is symmetry of flower. There are two general type of symmetry in flowers, actinomorphic and zygomorphic. What is actinomorphic? Actinomorphic flowers are those flowers in which if we try to cut from its center, then the flower can be cut in two equal parts from any side going through center. Means innumerable number of two parts can be obtained in case of actinomorphic, and in zygomorphic only one plane from where we can cut in two equal parts. Let us see here. In most flowers, such as those of disc florets of sunflower, hibiscus, rose, ixora, the flower can be divided into two equal halves in more than one or many vertical planes. Such flowers possessing radial symmetry are termed regular or actinomorphic, literally ray form. In many other, like the ray florets of sunflower, Crotalaria, Caesalpinia, Cassia, Pisum, and flower. The flower can be cut into identical halves along a single vertical plane. Means in case of zygomorphic flowers, only one plane from which we can cut the flower in two equal parts, while in case of actinomorphic, where there is radial symmetry, means if we go from center we can cut into many two equal parts. Such flowers possessing bilateral symmetry. Termed as irregular or zygomorphic, literally yolk or pair form. When a flower cannot be divided into two equal halves in any plane, as in case of cactus or cacti, Gingiber officinarum, that is adrak, it is termed as asymmetry, means we cannot cut in two equal parts from any plane in these plants. Asymmetrical or irregular. See the figure. Disc floret. Stigma, anther, corolla, scaly bracts, sepal, ovaries. Disc floret of sunflower, actinomorphic. Ray florets, that is zygomorphic. Here is a pea plant or pea flower, Pagillum carina. Canna, irregular flower. Irregular means we cannot cut from any plane into two equal parts. That is asymmetrical flower. Petaloid stamen, petaloid style, pistil, anther, petal, sepal, ovary. Next, number of floral organs. Number of floral organs. A flower is said to be symmetrical if the number of floral organs in each whorl is equal, or in multiples of it. The term isomerous is applied to denote the symmetrical flower. The two group of angiosperms, that is flowering plant, that is monocot and dicot, are commonly distinguished by number of floral organs in each whorl. In dicot, the floral organs occur in 4 or 5 or multiplies of these numbers, means calyx and corolla and androecium are present 5 in number, 4 or 5, and such flowers are respectively described as tetramerous and pentamerous. 4 or 5. Tetra means 4, penta means 5. In most, these are examples of dicard. Tetra or pentamerous means 4 or 5 calyx, 4 or 5 corolla, 4 or 5 stamens. In most monocot, the number of floral organs is relatively constant and usually found in 3 or multiples of 3. Such flowers are termed as trimerous. Means in case of monocot plants like food grains, banana, rice, wheat, these are examples of maize, monocot plants. In these, though there is no calyx and corolla, there is perianth, stamen and pistil. They are present in 3 or it multiplies. If the number of floral organs in each whorl is different and if there is no correspondence in the number of various whorls, then the situation is described as heteromerous. Okay, means tetra or pentamerous is the characteristic feature of dicot plants or dicot flowers, while trimerous is characteristic feature of monocotyledonous flowers. Let us see the figure. Elongated thalamus, carpels, gynophore, pedicel, conical thalamus, stamens, carpels, A that is Michaelia champaca means champa, custard apple, B, C is lotus, D rose and E pea. Ovary disc shaped thalamus and carpels. Thalamus and insertion of floral whorls on thalamus means what are the arrangement, which type of arrangement present in a flower, that is calyx, corolla, stamen and pistil, how they are arranged in a flower. The thalamus are receptacle are torus, which is highly condensed and enlarged terminal portion of the floral axis, that is pedicel, assumes different shapes in different plants. In Michaelia champaca or Michaelia means champa, and magnolia, the thalamus is elongated, fleshy and conical, of which stamens and carpels are spirally arranged. In custard apple, that is Ennona squamosa, that is ananas. Custard apple, the thalamus is conical, while in lotus, the limbo, that is kamal, it is like an inverted cone and spongy. The thalamus is cup shaped in rows and disc shaped in case of Pisum sativum, that is P. On the basis of the relative position of insertion of floral parts, that is calyx, corolla and androecium on the thalamus with respect to the position of gynosium, three basic morphological patterns are recognized, that is hypogyny, perigyny and epigyny. First one, hypogyny or hypogynous flower. Hypo means below, gyne means gynosium के नीचे, means below the gynosium or ovary. Hypogyny is the normal condition and found in most flowers. Here the receptacle is conical and dome shaped and the floral whorl are inserted in following order: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynosium from the base to the apex of receptacle. Thus the gynosium occupies the topmost position and all the other floral parts are inserted below the ovary or gynosium. Hence the gynosium ovary is said to be superior one. Okay. Flowers with superior ovary are termed as hypogynous. Example, Coccus nucifera and Areca catechu. Coccus means coconut, Areca means that is Areca nut that is used in that is Casali, you may be heard. Here the figure, thalamus, superior ovary and below the ovary there is calyx, corolla and stamens. You can see here the figure. Next one, that is perigynia, perigynous flower. Peri means around, means equal to gynosium. Here the receptacle is cup shaped or saucer shaped or disc shaped with an expanded head or rim on which the calyx, corolla and androecium are born, and gynosium is centrally placed in the cup. Hence the gynosium, ovary and all other floral parts are inserted almost at the same level, and in this case the ovary is described as half inferior or half superior. Flowers with gynosium encircled by other floral parts at about the same level are called perigynous flowers. Example: rose, prunus, pea and coffee, Coffea arabica. Next, epigynous or inferior ovary. Epigynous flower, epi means above, hence the receptacle is deeply concave, either cup shape or flask shape, which encloses the ovary completely, and all other floral whorls like calyx, corolla and androecium are inserted above the level of gynoecium. Means calyx, corolla and androecium are present on the ovary. Flowers with gynoecium inserted below the level of other parts are called epigynous, and the ovary is said to be inferior ovary. Epigyne is more advanced than both the hypogyne and perigyne and occurs in sunflower, cucurbits, apple and canna. See the figure. First one, that is hypogynous, means ovary is superior. Second one, half inferior and half superior, hypogyne. Third one, epigyne. First one hypogyne, second one perigyne, third one epigyne. Epigyne means inferior ovary. See, ovary is below the calyx, corolla and androecium. See, calyx, corolla and androecium are above the ovary. This is inferior ovary or epigyne flower. Functions of a flower. Flower, being a modified should basically perform the function of sexual reproduction. It bears fertile sporophylls, both microsporophyll or stamen and megasporophyll or carpel, which produce anthers and ovules respectively. The anthers develop pollen grains or microspores, and ovules produces eggs. Second, flowers are well shaped, designed and modified to help diverse mode of pollination. Third one, carpels or megasporophylls are well adapted to provide seed for pollination, germination of pollen grains, formation of male gamete, and finally the fertilization. Fourth one, after fertilization, the ovary of carpel matures into fruit, which protect the seed or encapsulated embryos and provides nourishment to them. The modified parts of calyx and parts of ovaries into different forms help in the dispersal of fruit and seeds. This is all about flower and its parts. In our next video, we will discuss development of male and female gametophytes. Next topic will be male reproductive organ of angiosperms. Okay, thank you.